Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Elise from Elise Cake Crafts. It's been 1 year thereabouts since my last video on this channel, and this is going to be my first WIP and Chat. During my WIP and Chat I will tell you all about why there's been a big break in posting any sort of content. I'm going to go right into it. So thank you for joining me today if you're here. I'm hoping today I'm just going to be putting myself out there, talking to myself. I mean, I tend to be the kind of person that I'm more of a listener than a talker, even in my own family. So being able to share my craft that I enjoy with you and share my thoughts and my feelings and what's going on in my life, I'm hoping to get a little bit of catharsis out of that, but hopefully you'll join me in that and share some of your own stories with me as well. I'm hoping to post regularly from now on. I'm hoping to at least do one WIP and Chat a week. I think I can't do more than that because I won't have anything to talk about. But yeah, so a little bit about what I'm working on today before we get started. So this canvas here, it is called Woodland Panorama by Ciro Marchetti. It's from Dreamer Designs. This is a huge canvas. It is 180 centimeters by 60 centimeters, or 70.9 inches by 23.6 inches. This is well and truly bigger than me, this diamond painting. I'm about a quarter of the way through, and I've been working on this since the 1st of January this year. I have been working on other diamond paintings though, so this is just the one that I've been going back to. I'm hoping to get a few rows done before the next event that I'm participating in starts in June. Just a little bit about what I'm working with. So my lightboard here is an A4 lightboard from Art Dot. I just got this one from Amazon. It wasn't too expensive, it was maybe $20 or something like that. I've got a couple of pens that I'm working with today. So this one here, this is probably my favourite pen that I own. This is a Black Wolf woodworking pen. It's hybrid resin and wood. I got this from Etsy. I think it was around about $90 Australian. I did have a look on Etsy last week and I didn't see the shop still on there, so I don't know if they're still active or if they're just on a break or what's going on. But yeah, I love this pen to work with. It's just beautiful. And this one here, I can't remember who made the blank for this one, but it was turned by Donna Bass Pens. On the end here I've just got a regular straightening tool. I think I got this one off like Shein or something, like with the metal tools toolkit. On this one here I have a Diamond Art Club single placer, and I have a bog standard like steel multi-placer. Here it's a 6 placer. I think I got this one off Shein as well. I find that these thicker multi-placers work better with the Dreamer Designs drills, so that's why I've got it on there. In my tools I am using hard and sticky wax by the Creativity Squirrel. I'm using this one in my single placer, another Melbourne based company, which is fantastic, and I've been using this for about 2 years and I've barely made a dent in that, so that's how that's going. It lasts forever. I'm using Putty in my multi-placer from Puttylicious. This was on D Stash. It's called Emerald Veil. So I don't know if you can get this scent anymore. It kind of smells like citrusy, powdery. It's not an overwhelming scent. I've just loaded my pen up with new Putty, so I'm not going to load it up. I was trying to open this. Right, I'll show you how pretty it looks though. So yeah, that's how pretty the Putty looks. There it comes. They all come all different. I've got a few putties from Puttylicious. I find this putty to be quite sticky. As you may or may not hear outside, it is super raining. It's like in Melbourne, it's the first really cold day we've had. So given the change in weather, I'm thinking of changing back over to the Creativity Squirrel putty. But I'll use up because I've just reloaded my pen, I'll use up what's in there for now. As you can see, I've got release papers over this canvas. They're pretty ratty. These ones are just from Shein. I've been on the lookout for some pretty release papers, but I haven't been able to find anything. I've been able to find lots of pretty release papers, but nothing that is affordable for shipping to Australia. I'm just not prepared to pay $40 in shipping for a small envelope, so I'm just making do with these ratty old boring Shein release papers. In terms of my tweezers, you might see me use tweezers throughout. They're just the old DAC Diamond Art Club tweezers that I use. They're my favourites, and I do have some things to make this diamond painting experience a little bit more fun. I've got this cute little dragon here, unnamed. So if you can think of a name, pop it down in the chat. That would be fantastic. This one here, I won this as a prize from Mystik Makers in an event, a diamond painting event a little while back. So yeah, so that's a cute little dragon there. And I do have a cup of tea in my cute little, oh, you can't really see it. It's a cute little gross cup. I've got a cup of chamomile tea, which is going cold because I had a bit of a slow start to filming this morning. Yeah, it's definitely going a bit cold. I better drink that quickly. So right before I started filming, I forgot a couple of things. So my phone, which I'm filming on, it was running out of charge. I thought, okay, I'm going to run inside and charge it. Oh, sorry, get the charger for it. Then I say inside, so I actually am set up with all my diamond painting stuff in a caravan in the yard. I have not the biggest stash, but I've got a sizable stash. I've got lots of accessories. It's taken over the house. So this is my own little space out here. So, which is, yeah, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. I love having my own little private space for that. But it means sometimes running inside and outside and all of that. And so I run inside. My dog was wanting to go in and out. He's now in the house, not out here. But in that process, I got like paper, like printer paper stuck to here. I hadn't covered it, right? Yeah, it feels like it's pretty sticky. I removed what I could with tweezers, and I got a baby wipe and I sort of wiped the rest off, which got it off. It feels like the stickies come back, but if I'm having sticking issues, it's not the glue on this canvas. The glue on this canvas is wonderful. It's very, very sticky. It's just in my, user error kind of thing. All right, so since it's been, I forgot to mention as well, I've got all my colors in a tray tower. Most of my trays that I'm using are the Diamond Art Club, the free ones that you get in the kits. I do have some of these colored trays, And I do have some art dot trays as well mixed in, and some pixel pages trays. So this one here, these ones here, and the white ones like this, they're the Diamond Art Club. These clear ones here, I've got a big one and I've got some little ones. These are the art dot trays. And wait a minute, this one here, I've got a couple like this, the 3D printed ones. These are the pixel pages trays. Oh, sorry for knocking you guys there. Let me fix that up. Let me fix it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so a little bit about me, as I said, and the channel name implies, my name's Elise. I'm from Melbourne in Australia. Still live in Melbourne in like metro, it's considered metro Melbourne, but it's actually a little bit out of the city, about an hour and a half, 2 hours out of the CBD of Melbourne. I'm a mum, so I've got children. I've got both human and canine variety. I've got 2 dogs. I've got Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and I've got a Japanese Spitz. Their names are Tiger and Ciro. You might be able to guess by their names which one's which. And I've got a little boy, Frank, and I've got a not so little boy, Sam. I have been diamond painting for over 2 years at this point in time. I was really lucky. As soon as I sort of started diamond painting, I think I started looking at like diamond painting on YouTube and getting involved with the diamond painting community. There's it's such an individual, well, you think it's an individual craft, but it's really not. There's a strong community with this craft, if you know the right places to look. There's some YouTubers that I've been following for quite some time. I am a little bit of a lurker sometimes, but I am active in some of the communities. I love participating in events, in lives when the lives are up, in Discord. I don't participate as much as I'd like because life is busy, and it's really, you can't, like, I don't find that I can type on my phone and diamond paint at the same time. So yeah, I'm a bit of a lurker really when it comes to it, but I try to be as active as I can as time allows. I said at the start of this video that I would explain why it's been just about a year since my last video. Well, this is my first WIP and Chat, so please be patient with me. This is only my second video. I'm sure there will be improvements over time. I can already see some improvements that I can make, such as I think I need a new tripod. This one here is a bit too wobbly, so that's something that I'll aim to fix in coming weeks. But until then, maybe just don't watch the screen, just listen to me like a podcast for me to keep you company while you're doing a craft of your choice. That's really the purpose of this, is for me to put myself out there a little bit, contribute a little bit more to the community, especially regarding Australian centered sort of diamond painting stuff. sorry all, I had to sneeze, so I paused you. Yeah, just because there's not a whole lot of Australian centered diamond painting content that I have found on YouTube. So I just thought I'd put it out there. And just share my life, how I've been feeling, all of the changes that are happening in my life at the moment, so I can even go back and have a look at where I was and where I'm going to go, my journey through everything. Yeah, and keep you guys company while you diamond paint. I know that I definitely feel that watching WIP and Chats, it's like when I'm diamond painting, it's like I'm diamond painting with a friend. I might do a video in the future about my favourite diamond painting YouTubers, but I'm not going to go through that now. Anyway, so the reason it's been a year since I've filmed anything. Wow, it's been a busy year. I don't know if you guys know that feeling, like, of just being so busy, having times in your life where you're so busy, where you haven't stopped, where you've done so much, but then you look back and you feel that you haven't achieved anything, that you're just in the same spot you were before. Until Tuesday, that's where I felt I was. I was really quite busy with work. Work was really ramping up about a year ago, and most of my energy was going into that. And that was, I loved my job, but I was neglecting everything else, including neglecting this channel, really neglecting my home. Agitated all the time. I didn't feel that I was present for my family as much as I would have liked. Around about, so that went on for, I mean, really 3 years, 4 years. I've been running like that. Around October last year, I started getting, so today's May the 7th, 2026, so around October 2025, September, October it was, I started having panic attacks. I remember my first panic attack was triggered by, I was going on leave, on annual leave. I was going on a holiday with the family to the Gold Coast. We were going on the quintessential family driving holiday that, if you grew up in Melbourne, you probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I was due to go on leave at the end of that week, and I was put in training that I had to go to that I didn't think I was going to get much value out of. I wasn't very open-minded about it. My workload was so much. I'm not going to say where I worked or the specifics of my work, but it's similar to kind of like social work, similar vein. It's a bit more niche, I suppose. It's like quite niche, which is why I don't really want to talk about where I was working. But yeah, I was driving home from this training, and I started thinking about all my filing that I had to do before I went on leave, how I wouldn't have any time to do it. And then I was coming back from an unfamiliar location back home. The traffic was really, really bad. It was really bad rain, heavy rain. It was just dangerous conditions on the road. And I started having a panic attack. And then from then, the panic attacks just became more frequent. And I started having chest pains. I thought there was something seriously wrong with me. Well, there was. I mean, I'm having chest pains. I'm having panic attacks. I went to the psychologist. I went to the GP. I went to psychiatrist. Like, obviously, it's stress, right? And I was prescribed Seroquel or quetiapine. Yes, Seroquel's the brand name. So I was prescribed that. And I was basically... that would knock me out. So it helped with the panic attacks, but then I had nothing left for anything else. No energy, nothing left for anything else. Apart from work, because I had to go to work, because everyone has to go to work. We've all got bills, right? And this was my career. I'd worked so hard to get to where I was. It was my dream job. All of that. Well, the panic attacks never went away, and things just got worse and worse and worse. The conditions at my job there was no end in sight. I don't think it's going to get better there. I don't think it ever will. And while I love my job, I came to the realization I couldn't keep working under that system that I was working under. I was getting not only the panic attacks and the heart pains, but having issues with my skin, getting migraines. The attacks were becoming more and more frequent. Getting earache, fatigue, like the mood swings, having trouble with sleeping if I wasn't medicated, just ruminating on work. 24/7 ruminating, and it was no longer healthy for me. So I do have another job, but it's very casual, and I've got no shifts at the moment. So today's Thursday. On Tuesday, that was my last day. I left on Tuesday, and Tuesday night I had, I think, the best sleep of my life. And then yesterday I woke up, I felt rested for the first time in years. I felt productive. I did so much. It was a weight off my shoulders. So I'm really scared. I'm really scared about what's going to happen from now. In terms of finances, career, all of that. I don't have a lot lined up. As I said, I've got a casual job, but no shifts. When I say casual, very casual, it's supporting young people, like on the NDIS, to attend social programs. And there's been cuts the NDIS just announced, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect my job, and whether or not I will actually get any clients. That's to be seen. However, I am happy to have a couple of months off and to rest and to recuperate. I don't know how you say that word. Anyway, so that's where we're at. And in all of that, the YouTube channel took a back seat. Not even a back seat. The YouTube channel was in the boot. It was like in a trailer being towed behind the car. It was not even a thought. I mean, it's something that I wanted to do because I've got so much I guess joy and company, and I've gotten so much out of other people's YouTube channels, and I love this craft, and I love talking about this craft, and my family and my friends aren't so interested in this craft, so I really just wanted to put it out there to have someone to talk to about it all. So yeah, that's how we're at where we are. So I'm just kind of, I guess, being where we're at, I'm a little bit worried about the next week, because I don't know if you can hear me, I'm a little bit sniffly. I've had a few weird symptoms the last few days. So I've been sick over the last week with just like a cold sort of situation, and I had an earache, and earaches are really quite common for me when I'm run down and I'm sick. I did go to the doctor for it, and basically the doctor said there was no infection or anything like that. Here I have some drops because it's painful. I did take the drops once, and then that made it more painful because I couldn't get, like, they were blocking my ear, and then like I couldn't get it out, and it went on for days and it made it worse. So I did not take the drops against the doctor's advice, unfortunately. My ear feels like it's getting better. It's still not 100%, but I still feel, you can probably hear I'm still a bit sniffly. I've got a little bit of sore throat. I do get asthma that's been playing up as well. But apart from that, weird symptom is I've got a big rash on my face. I don't know what it is. I just think it's caused by stress. I haven't done anything. I've been using the same face cream forever. Same washing detergent forever. Yeah, so I don't know what that is. But I'm just putting it all down to stress. And look, it's not that surprising really, given having such a high workload, and then that being exacerbated by the fact that I was going to leave and I had to tie up some loose ends before I left, which increased my workload. And this chronic stress that's been going on for years and years now, it's not surprising that now that I can rest, I can breathe, that my body is going to finally catch up, or like it's going to catch up with my body, rather. I'm hoping that all these symptoms that I was having in the lead up means that it won't be so bad now. But I've got a really big week planned, and I've got too much to do to get sick. So tomorrow I've got Mother's Day breakfast at my son's school, so I've just got to I would usually be dropping him off at school anyway, so I've just got to stay for an extra hour or so, and we have coffee, tea. We usually do a bit of an activity together, take photos at the photo booth, and yeah, he shows me his work and those sorts of things. Last year was beautiful. We did a beautiful activity where we had to write what we thought about each other on petals on a flower, and we had one each. And my son, he put down that he thinks that I am funny. He thinks that I give good cuddles and that I am good at games. So I was quite pleased with that. I thought, oh, okay, I hope that does describe me well. If it does, I'm happy. So in terms of games, so that's actually one of my interests, but I wouldn't call myself a gamer as such. I've been playing lately. My favorite game in the world is Stardew Valley. I love it. I always go back to that game. It actually started off, it used to be Harvest Moon, when Harvest Moon first came out, and I used to play that I had it on my my DS, my Nintendo DS, and then on my 3DS. Sorry about that. My microphone ran out of battery. I've plugged it in. I've never tried to actually use it while it's plugged in, so we'll see how we go. I've had to use the plug out of my phone, so hopefully the camera doesn't stop all of a sudden. Yeah, so my favourite game in the world is Stardew Valley. It used to be Harvest Moon, but I think Stardew Valley is a little bit better. More sneezes. So I keep going back to that, and I was playing that again last night. I've just started a new farm on there. I did have a farm that I put like 450 hours or so into, I think it was. But that game was modded, and it was on my old computer. When I got a new computer, the mods weren't carried over. So it was impossible to play. And then I had a second farm that I put hundreds of hours into, but there was a break in me playing that game, and I actually I couldn't find my tools, like the main ones, like the axe and the pickaxe and things like that. So, and that became impossible to play. I've just started a new farm maybe about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and I've just been playing that, taking it really, really slow. I'm only up to the end of winter in the first year. I've been focusing on crafting, fishing, and mining, which are, you know, things that I've kind of neglected in my other playthroughs. I was playing Dave the Diver last night. I'm stuck though. I'm stuck on this part. I'd like to get back to that game, but it's not the type of game I normally play. And I'm stuck on this boss fight, and I've tried it about 50 times and I'm not getting past it. So I don't know if I'm going to give up on that. I don't want to give any spoilers, but if anyone has played that game, they can give me tips on how to beat a particular boss with a baseball bat. If you know that fight, please let me know, because I've looked it up on Reddit, and that's how I've tried the way that they've said, and I don't know, maybe I haven't looked it up on YouTube. Maybe I just need to watch YouTube. But I feel like if I do that, that's just going to reinforce how much I'm not good at combat sort of games. So we'll see. Some other games that I've enjoyed recently is Traveler's Rest. But it's been a little while. I felt that got a little bit repetitive. I got a bit burnt out. I was like addicted to it for weeks, and then I got really burnt out on it. I do need to go back to Schedule 1 because I haven't played it since the upgrade. So yeah, I plan to do that when I've got a bit of time off with the cold weather, all of that. I'll probably go to that. I've got Phasmophobia downloaded. I haven't started that. It's like I'm saving that. I don't know. Does anyone else do that? Like anyone else that plays games on Steam, do you buy something that you really, really want to play, but then you don't play it because it's, you know, you're worried about spoiling it? It's almost like diamond painting. Like, you know, if you've got a diamond painting that's a rainy day kit, like Katie from Diamonds and Washi would say, or I personally like the phrase flavor saver. Thank you, Naomi from House of Miscellanea, for that one. Yeah, it's a bit of a flavor saver, and I just find that I do that with, not only do I do that with diamond paintings, I do that with games now. So yeah, that's really it. If you guys like have any game recommendations, I mean, I do have a few on my wish list, but I'm happy to add more. I always like seeing the steam sales come up and getting a bit of a bargain. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I've been watching a bit of TV lately. I don't always get into TV series. I don't feel that I like, you know, the headspace I was in, really, I was coming home. If I was not diamond painting, I was too exhausted to do anything, just like laying in bed scrolling on my phone after doing, you know, all the mum things. There's some down here. So even to concentrate on a TV show has been really difficult in the last probably a year and a half or so. But in recent weeks, I have been watching, the last 2 weeks I've watched, what's it called, Half Men on, so in Australia that's on Stan. It releases on a Friday, so I can't wait to watch the 3rd episode tomorrow. It does leave you on a cliffhanger. It's like really suspenseful. It's been a long time since I've watched a show like that, where I've watched it as it's come out week by week, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being in suspense over the week, to, you know, having something to look forward to the next week. Yeah, so that's coming out tomorrow. So in next week's WIP and Chat, I can give you a bit of an update for that. I did mention at the start of this that I had to actually drink my my tea quickly, and I neglected to do that, so it's now very lukewarm chamomile tea. Alright, and what else? I've been watching, I did watch Ratchet recently, which is I watched that on Netflix, I think, which is like a take of, or a spin-off of, I guess, not quite, but yeah, it's like based on Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. There's really no similarities except for the nurse and her job. It's a whole different story, but I quite enjoyed that as well. And given it's well and truly autumn here, nearly winter, and it's really, really cold. It's really, really icy here today. It's time to rewatch my all-time favourite, which I try to do every year at this time of year, and it's my comfort show, Twin Peaks. Let me know in the comments if you've seen that, especially if you liked it. I think it takes a special type of person to really enjoy it. It's not for everyone, that's acknowledged. Personally, I don't have any friends that are into it, so I've got no one to share it with. So if you do like it, please comment, please let me know, because we can be friends, please, to discuss it. Sam, my 17-year-old, loves that show, so we do share that in common. And he's basically the reason I'm into it, because when he was a little baby and he was up in the night needing to be fed, I binge watched it. Well, the first 2 seasons I binge watched. And then when the 3rd season came out, it was like the same sort of thing, like with Half Men. I watched each episode every week. That was when my other son was born, around that time, and he was a little baby, and I was binge watching it then. So, well, week by week, I wasn't binge watching, sorry. Yeah. so it's very comforting, special show for me. And even Frankie's asking about watching it. I'm like, oh no, you are far too young for that, mister. But yeah, hopefully he enjoys it when he gets old enough to watch it. Yeah, so I mentioned that I had a lot on this week, and I've got so much. So on Friday, I've got a concert. The family and I are going out to see the Deftones at Rod Laver Arena on Saturday night. I haven't been to Rod Laver Arena for a really long time. I can't remember if I went there to see the Smashing Pumpkins or it was another venue. I can't remember. I know I definitely went and saw The Cure there, but yeah, it will be Frank's first concert, big concert, and it will be not my first, but I haven't been to that many big concerts like that before. I'm looking forward to buying a new shirt because I got an oil stain on my old shirt and I can't get it out. So I'll be getting hopefully a new shirt or a new hoodie there. I have seen the Deftones play a few times before. Last time I saw them was at Good Things Festival, and the sound was not good. Festival sound is never as good as, you know, enclosed venues anyway, so yeah, it was just not good, and so I can't wait to see them for that. But I have to admit, I'm not that much of a fan of the new album. I just thought it was a bit boring, if I'm honest. I just have not, I don't mean to be super critical, it's just me, like I have to be in the mood for something to get into it. I can't just force myself to like something even if it's a band I really love, which has been the case with the new album. So I'm sure there will be a time that comes around when I feel like listening to it and it will be on repeat for me. But lately I've been getting more into, not getting into, I was already into it, but I've been listening to more like comforting music, angry music, though. So like probably my favorite album of all time is My Arms Your Hearse by Opeth. I've been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to Brave Murder Day by Catatonia a lot. What else? Pretty much all of the Conjurer albums I've been listening to. Their new album was good too, but I didn't get into it as much as Pathos, for example. Yeah, so I've got to listen to that more, to be honest. I liked it. I've just got to listen to it more. Yeah, so that's really been where my taste has been at recently. Next week, I've got a concert. I've got to go to the city by myself to see Loath. I have seen them once before, again, at Good Things Festival, and the sound was not good. They were really, really quiet. And I really regretted not seeing them the time before that when they played out at Belgrave. Because that would have been like so intimate and like awesome. They're playing at the Forum next week. So it's a much bigger venue, but it is a nice venue too. I'm just concerned about going to the city by myself. I don't want to drive. Anxious about driving, and the trains, they're not good here. They're not reliable. I think there's buses at the moment until middle May, so I could technically get the train the whole way. So I don't know, I'm thinking I will probably stay in the city overnight. I think that's just going to be the easiest way, because I don't mind like the issue is not driving. I don't mind driving through the city. I don't worry about that. It's the parking that's the issue. And especially I don't know what time it will finish, and I can't guarantee I'll be out at a certain time to get back to the parking. There is parking like in South Melbourne that I would be willing to walk to, but I don't want to walk that far by myself. So I'm going to be by myself. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll just get a hotel close to the venue. I think is going to be the best and the safest option. Just come back the next day. And then next Friday I've got an IKEA trip planned with my cousin. I need to go get another bookcase. I want to get one to match the other bookcases that I bought kind of recently. My cousin's never been to IKEA. She said last time, she's like, next time you go back, let me know so I can come. So yeah, we've got the IKEA trip planned next Friday. I need to get that. I need to get some, like, I wanted to get some of those cool storage box things too, if they've got any. I've got some from like 10 years ago or longer. Longer than that, I think. It was from when I lived in Aspendale. So yeah, that was 8-10 years ago. And those boxes were cool because they were like Twin Peaks. They weren't Twin Peaks themed, but they looked Twin Peaks themed, so I was like into it. Yeah, so I can't wait. Got a big week ahead. Just fingers crossed I do not get sick. I've completely forgotten about this cup of tea. Oh my god. Well, I'm back. I finished my cup of tea. It was very cold. I've got a very bad habit of doing that. Yeah, I've got some other plans for the channel. I don't know, I guess if anyone's watching this, I might I might as well run the ideas past you guys, because you're going to be the ones watching, aren't you? But I've got some very sort of specific interests. It is my channel. I'm just going to kind of do what I want, and if no one watches, whatever. Like, I'm not doing this for any other reason except for my own, I don't know, personal satisfaction. Really, at the end of the day, it's just to get all of this stuff that I keep in my brain, all of this stuff I want to talk about, get it out into the world. Yeah, so some of my other interests are, obviously music is a big thing for me in my life, but true crime is a big thing that I like. I know that it's overdone, but yeah, I mean, I've got a bachelor in criminology and criminal justice, so maybe I've got some, you know, a unique perspective, or, you know, something different to say. There's definitely some cases that are interesting that I never see covered that I could comment on. I might just, you know, morally though, it's hard because the victims, you know, they've got family, surviving family, and I just feel like you've got to be quite careful with the way you approach true crime, to be sensitive to the family and the victim too. There's definitely stuff out there that sensationalizes, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's just, you know, gratuitous violence descriptions. Yeah, so that's quite a sensitive sort of topic, even though it is a genre I enjoy. I really enjoy like horror movies, but I'm really, really picky with horror movies. I would say that my favorite like horror genre would be folk horror. Some really good like examples of that would be The Wicker Man. I love The Wicker Man. Caliber, The Ritual, Men, those sorts of movies. Even, you know, even The Lobster to an extent. I don't know if that's really horror, that's just a weird movie. I definitely wanted to focus on diamond painting and Australia related diamond painting stuff. So things like when you order from overseas, like what's the shipping like in terms of time, in terms of cost. I watch a lot of, so I don't watch any Australian diamond painting YouTubers. And I feel that that's something that is, I guess, lost in translation. Well, I mean, how could an American YouTuber comment on that, really? So yeah, I just want to share my experiences with that, and yeah, really sort of focus on that. Maybe I can't see myself doing more than one WIP and chat a week. It's just I would not have the content for it. My life is not that interesting, really. I've got a big week planned. Like, I just finished telling you how much I've got on. That's a big week for me. That's like, this month is a big month, but it's not normal for me. Like, I don't want it to be normal. I want to be a homebody. I want to be home and relaxing, and just healing, really. But you know, I'm interested in these things like music, like horror, like true crime, mysteries, those sorts of things. So I'd like to share those things with you, or at least, you know, just diamond paint and yap into the abyss with you. So yeah. Well, that's the end of it all. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I haven't finished this section. I did finish my cup of tea though, so that's something. I welcome, you know, any feedback about my second video, about what you'd like to hear from me. If you've got any questions for me, please leave me a comment and I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Hopefully see you before a year from now. Bye.